Hello, everybody. Welcome to the bonus call. Welcome to the bonus call of Become the One. So we have an amazing bonus call and Q&A today. If you are watching live, make sure to join us on Zoom so you can participate in the Q&A later. Okay, so let's get started. So bonus call and Q&A today. Today we are talking about how you can attract a male's proposal, especially as a successful woman, even though you have tried everything. And the focus is on the even though you have tried everything part. Okay. Because this, even though I've tried everything, I still didn't break through. I still don't have success. This is where a lot of people give up or don't take the right action. And this is one of the biggest blockages of women not having the success they want because they feel like I've tried everything and now what? Okay, so we're going to be focusing on this today, where if you feel like I feel just so hopeless, I feel miserable, I feel like nothing is working, okay, we're going to be talking about this. So let me know if you're excited. But yeah, basically it's like you've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube. You've been reading a lot of books. Maybe you took some courses. Maybe you even implemented something in my Become the One masterclass, and I hope you did. But you still feel like I'm doing everything that I can, and I still don't have my dream relationship. I still don't have my dream man, you know? This in this masterclass specifically, I'm going to be mostly talking about dating, right? I'm going to be mostly talking about single women who want a man's proposal. However, if you are in a relationship, still stay tuned in this masterclass because you still are going to be able to learn a lot of amazing mindset um, shifts here. Because at the end of the day, if we tried everything and we don't have the success, this can be applied also in other life areas, right? So if you are in a relationship and you still feel like, no matter what I'm doing in a relationship, I still don't have the success, stay still tuned because, as I mentioned, like this can be applied in other life areas. Okay, but before we start with the content, how to attract a man's proposal, even though you've tried everything and now you feel hopeless and now you feel like, what's going on? Is something wrong with me? Do I have to take different actions? Like, should I give up? Before we start with the content, what to do in this situation, let me share with you something else. Yeah. So for those of you, you here? Yeah, yes, you're here. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Ellie Taylor. I'm a dating and relationship coach, and I help beautiful women all over the world, all age groups, all countries, on all skin colors, to attract love, commitment, especially from affluent men. And this is my biggest passion since years, especially because dating and relationship was the biggest pain point of my life. And I had a lot of pain in my early 20s. So obviously, like looks or age wasn't the problem. It just wasn't. I had a lot of men interested in fun, we could say, but I just couldn't attract a man who would want to commit for more than like one, like for just more fun. And men wouldn't take me serious, wouldn't want to provide. Like I would just cry. I remember when first I tried everything by myself, but when I hired my first coach, I would just be crying. Like every single call, I would just be crying. So relationships actually was my personal biggest pain point of my life, especially romantic relationships, but honestly also all other relationships. And because I just committed my life to figuring this out, like what was I doing wrong? And first I tried by myself, it didn't work much. Then I hired the best coaches and I started having results. And when I really learned what it takes to attract love and commitment, and later also learned what it takes to attract it from affluent men, um, I was feeling like, yes, this is my purpose. I want to help women all over the world to attract love, commitment, and especially from affluent men, if this is what you want. Okay, so right now, relationships is the easiest part of my life. I'm happy, I'm loved, I'm adored, I'm provided for. This is just the easiest part of my life. And in the last 4 years, more than even that, 4.5 years, nearly five, I've been helping women all over the world to attract their proposal, to attract love. Okay, so let me show you something. And today I'd like to talk quickly before we go to the content about my beautiful client, Alyssa. So if you're following me on YouTube, you probably have seen her testimony a few weeks ago, or a few, yeah, I think it was 2 weeks ago, something like that. So a lot of my clients don't, my one-on-one clients, most of them don't do video testimonials, and that's okay. Love is a private thing. But a few of them do share online, do share per video and allow me the permission to share the story. And one of them is Alyssa. She's a star. She's, by the way, a singer. Um, so she's very open about sharing. And you also can go to my YouTube channel and watch the original testimony. Okay, but for example, Alyssa, and why is this story so important to talk about before we even go to what steps you need to take if you feel hopeless because you tried everything and nothing is working. Okay, the reason why Alyssa is such a good example because she was in the same place. She was feeling, so she was e- feeling very, very hopeless because for years, multiple years, she was being in toxic relationships or toxic situationships, like when men didn't treat her right, when men didn't commit. And she was feeling very hurt. She was feeling hopeless to the point where she was just scared of dating. She didn't even want to date. And I completely understood that, when we were working together. So she basically had decades of disappointment, like decades, okay? Not just like 1 or 2 dates. It was like decades. And for some of you, you might have like a good or bad relationship, or the relationship was okay, and then you start dating for marriage and you're just not content. But like Alyssa was in a very bad place. And I'm not saying that if you're in an okay place and you just want to go to a great place that you can't get there, you absolutely can. It's even easier. But if you are currently in a kind of hopeless place where you feel like no matter if your issue is small or very big like Alyssa's, there is a solution for you. Okay, so I'm just sharing with you the story. And for those of you ladies who watch on the Facebook group or on Zoom, make sure to join us. I mean, or on YouTube, make sure to join us on Zoom so you can participate in the Q&A later. And the link to the Zoom is you will get it per email if you sign up for this masterclass. I'm sure you did. And if you didn't, just look for the sign up link. It's always all over my social media. Underneath every video, there's a description box. Okay. So Alyssa was in a very, very dark place. Yeah. And again, like you can be in a normal, okay place, but I'm sure you can resonate. For decades, like decades, she had just like toxic, negative relationships, no commitment. She never experienced a healthy, loving relationship. Okay. And when she first came to me, and then we started working together. Okay, and we basically just focused first, we just focused on healing because honestly, all of those scars they accumulate. And at some point, so I want you to imagine you have like a big backpack, and then you have all of those negative experiences, maybe from a childhood, maybe from your ex. And in this backpack, you kind of like put a lot of stones. These are the scars from the past. And at some point, it's just so heavy, you can't move forward. You by default are gonna feel stuck. You can try as much as you want, you can run as much as you want, but if your backpack is so heavy, you're just gonna feel stuck and nothing will move. So me and Elisa, we just focus first on healing to let go of the scars, of the old relationships, of the childhood scars. And she was finally slowly able to let go of this like heavy backpack. Okay. And once she was able to let go of this heavy backpack, she was able to walk, right? She was able to like walk forward. And then at some point she started dating, she was feeling like, okay, let me just start it. And I empowered her that she's gonna have a lot of boundaries, that she's gonna be okay, and she's only gonna choose a loving man who truly cares about her, who loves her, who supports her, who provides for her. And she was like, okay, let me try. Yeah. Fast forward, she did open up, and right now she's engaged. Yes, she's engaged to her dream man, and she feels loved, she feels cherished, she feels provided for, she feels secure, she trusts him, and she herself said she never believed it was possible for her because she had decades of proof that it didn't work. Even though she tried really hard, she did, but she had this big, heavy backpack, and imagine you have 100 pounds of backpack on your back. You can try really hard to run. It's gonna be very heavy or nearly impossible, like depending how strong you are. I think for me it would be impossible. Okay, so right now she is in a committed relationship, in a very stable relationship, and with her, I've been also working on those three pillars. Then that I'm sharing with you in this masterclass. Okay, so there are also old recordings from this masterclass. You get to rewatch it. When you sign up for this masterclass, you will get a link to rewatch the old recordings with those three pillars of mindset. Yeah, we've been working on that, on communication and relationship skills. So all of that comes together. Yeah. And another point why Alyssa was able to be successful is because she was open for guidance. She didn't do it by herself. She was open for guidance. Yeah. She was also sharing the story in her testimonial. You can go ahead and rewatch that, where on the first date, her fiance, now fiance back then, just first date, made a mistake. Yeah, he came too late. And she was so angry. She wanted to discard him. She was like, no, it's not the man for me. And I taught her to communicate the way that a healthy man can hear her and step up. And he did. And he keeps doing that even years after. Okay, but that's also another leadership point where we are kind of can be stuck in a feeling where we're like so angry. Alyssa was feeling very angry that her back then, first date was too late. But I kind of was able to give her another mindset shift, another idea how to deal with the situation. She turned it around, and yes, this guy took it serious and was like, "Of course, I want to love you. I don't want to make you angry by being too late, right?" So yeah, just this is the story for you, and it's very important because this is a real life story. And for those of you ladies who feel hopeless, like Alyssa did in the past, please remember this, because if she can do it, you can do it too. Okay, so let's move forward. Um, and at the end, we're going to have a Q&A, so you can join us. So that's just quickly another of my beautiful clients. There's also on YouTube live testimonials from her. So she got engaged this year to a millionaire, and it was quite a long journey too together. but she's there and I'm so proud of her. Okay. Yeah, some more. 1 second. Okay, here you see some more ladies getting engaged. And again, it's not always starting dreamy breezy, yeah? Ladies who are like stuck for years had within a few months a proposal, okay? Stuck for whatever reason. Some ladies thought that because their weight or the height or whatever is the reason they can't get proposal from affluent men, and they received it within a few months of working with me. So, if you can take one thing from this live stream already, then it's please hope, because if all of those ladies can do it, you can too. Okay, if I could do it, I could turn my biggest pain point, my biggest pleasure point, you can do it too. Okay. So for who is this masterclass? It's for you. If you want to date top 1% men, yeah, millionaire, successful men, your dream men, men who are handsome. If you want to have a diamond ring proposal from a millionaire, and if you're stuck with results, although you've studied all of the books and quizzes and you tried everything. So let me know in the comments if you resonate. And then, so what problem do you face? Let me know in the comments if it's 1, 2, or 3. You can't find affluent millionaire men. Okay, so you can't even find them. You're like, every single man is just like not good enough for me. Like every single guy is not good enough. He's either broke, or he's not handsome, or he's just having no emotional intelligence. That's a reason to break up with a guy too, right? If he has no emotional intelligence, if he just ignores you when you cry, doesn't give you any love, or if he's just yelling because he has no self-control, right? Like every single guy has some kind of issue and just can't find your dream man. Okay, so affluent is good, but it's not enough. A guy has to be loving, has to be emotionally stable, has to be committed and caring. So, you dream man. Top 1% men fizzle out after date 1 to 3, or millions don't invest and don't propose, don't commit forever to you. Okay, so let me know in the comments which problem you're facing. In the last recordings, I've been focusing more on one of these problems, and you can rewatch that. However, this masterclass is honestly addressing all of those things, because in wherever problem you're having, if you can't even find this great guy, or if you found him but he always disappears after date 3, or you found him and he sticks around but he doesn't propose, all of that will have this point of frustration or bitterness or sadness or whatever that feeling is for you, where you're like, I'm really trying, I'm trying everything, but like I'm not having the results that I want. Okay, so it actually addresses most of those pain points. Okay, so ladies, you probably know this already. This is like a big foundation of my work. The emotional awareness pyramid. It's from my Colonial Millionaire and course, and also from my course Activate Your Secret Weapon, my emotional mastery course. Yeah, where you ask yourself, where am I on the emotional scale? How do I feel right now? And again, mostly, if you have been trying everything to be in your dream relationship, yeah. If you are dating but no guy is like good enough, or maybe if you're dating someone and this guy is just like making the same mistake, make you feel frustrated, you might be feeling, I'm really trying everything. I want to attract my dream man. I want to be engaged and married to my dream man, but nothing is working. And then what will happen is you're going to, even though you are a queen, even though you are a goddess, yeah, I'm not saying you're going to be a princess here. A princess is usually stuck in those negative emotions. But even though you're a queen, even though you're a goddess, but when life constantly throws stones at you or throws lime at you, like citrus, lime, you might start feeling very doubtful. Is this guy even existing? Does this guy who is emotionally stable, who is affluent, who is a provider, who is loving, does he even exist? Maybe I should just settle with John. He has a nice four-figure income, you know. He's boring, but at least he doesn't yell. Yeah, so maybe think maybe I should just settle with someone else. Like, I'm not really attracted to him, but I don't know, like, does this guy exist? Like, after trying and feeling doubtful, yeah, like, you're human. So, of course, if life throws lime at you all the time, just like with Alyssa, she was attracting toxic men over decades. Yeah, of course, she would feel like, I'm scared of dating. I don't want to date. Yeah. So of course you might start feeling doubt, even fear or insecurity around this topic. Yeah, it's really part of being human. And the most important thing for you, dear, is that you start being self-aware. Because if you are not self-aware at this point, and you are actually a very successful career woman, everything is going really great for you, but you go down emotionally, especially in your love life, here people who are not aware and who don't have a coach helps you being aware, they start acting out of this. They start acting out of this. And that's what is the problem. I'm gonna share with you why in a second. Yeah, this is why. This is like also part of my Activate the Secret Weapon course, my emotional mastery course, which I don't really sell in public much. I don't think I ever sold it in public. It's just for my one-on-one clients because it's just so in depth. But this is from my course, and this is basically, you can see the beliefs create thoughts, and thoughts create emotions, and emotions create action, and action create reality. And sometimes when life throws lime at you, you might have low emotions. Of course, you had a bad day, right? Like everybody understands that. But then you start taking action, and then your actions create your reality. So if you're having negative experiences, yeah, all of those guys, they're just disappearing, or you just don't find a good match for you, like every single guy is not a match, it's like simply not a match, you will feel insecure, doubtful, and then what will happen? Out of those negative, all of you probably know law of attraction. From all of those negative emotions, you might take actions which aren't suiting you, and then your reality stays the same, or even worse. You start attracting more awful guys. Okay, so let me give you an example here. So what to do here? What to do here? And let me know which type of woman you are. So you can also be all of those women. There are also stages of life. So this woman here on the left, she's trying. She keeps trying, even though this should be not a happy face, but it's okay. So this woman, she keeps trying, but the door's closed. She keeps running against the door. Yeah. So especially high achieving women have this experience. Successful career women, because you learn certain communication and behavior tools which are serving you in your career. Yeah, they are perfect serving a career. And then you're using the same tools, communication tools, behavior tools in dating. One example, you're pursuing the guy by calling him 10,000 times. Okay, he's supposed to call you. He's supposed to initiate and close the gap between you two, but you're calling him 10,000 times. So you're trying, regardless if you're dating or if you're in a relationship, you're trying to have a loving relationship, and then you go hit your face against the door like one time, second time, third time. You know, like hitting against the door all the time. And you have like bruises, your nose is broken, like, oh my God, I don't even know if this is working. Like maybe I'm meant to be alone. Maybe I'm just meant to be single. It's just not working. Or maybe the guy is bad, sometimes you might be thinking, oh, this guy is just like stupid. Why am I even talking to him? Yeah, but if you want a masculine man and you're calling him 10,000 times per day, a guy like the masculine man gonna feel very turned off. Like there are certain behavioral laws that you have to follow. My older bonus call that I did 2 months ago was about magnetic behavior. Yeah, watch it if you are the one who's calling a guy 10 times and times per day. Okay, so as a successful determined woman, you might start with this reality. You are like hitting the door 10,000 times. And at some point you're like, okay, whatever. I'm just giving up. I'm just giving up. Either you settle for someone you don't really want, or you just stay single. You're like, okay, let me just stay single. I'm okay, I'm just gonna meditate and focus on work and do my own things. Because obviously, you are successful in your career. It gives you some kind of like success feeling. Why would you want to continue hitting your head against the door? It doesn't make any sense, right? However, if you just give up, is it the best solution? It's definitely a better solution than hitting your head against the door. But is it the best solution to just give up and be like, no, I don't want to date anymore. I'm scared of dating. It's understandable, right? Like this is Alyssa's story. She was hitting herself against the door because not intentionally, obviously, but all of those guys were toxic and mean to her. Obviously, she was like, I'm scared of dating. Like, bye. I'm out of here. Yeah. So this is actually a little bit better stage to just to just be in your safe zone of not being hurt anymore, but being alone is also maybe not very fulfilling. You might feel lonely and you might think like, but how would it be to be in a relationship where I feel loved? I have the companionship. The man really cares for my feelings. He really provides. He wants to take care of me and he listens to me. And if there's any fight, I know how to navigate through it. I know how to navigate the communication so that we are keeping our love and not fighting, you know? And this is where all of this work that we are doing comes into place. So that's why, ladies, you're in the right place. No matter if you are currently here, just sitting and being in a safe zone, I'm single and I'm good, or if you're still here where you're like hitting your head and you're just done with that. So this is where our work comes in place. Yeah, the open door, the door that opens for you. And that is why I also created this masterclass for you ladies, so you can start going to the right direction. Because at this point, I know 100 and more percent, like an unlimited percentage, that no matter who you are, my lady, you get to have your dream relationship. Why am I so sure? Because first of all, I was able to get out myself from this point to this point, yeah, from a horrible love life to being so happy and fulfilled. And I help hundreds of women on this journey, hundreds of women to attract their dream life, to attract their dream man and proposal. And some of them are already married. Yeah. So this is the work where that we are doing. And step by step, yeah, when you are learning those steps in this masterclass, especially the whole masterclass, the old recording you can rewatch, it's about mindset, especially abundant mindset, communication, relationship skills. You learn all of those things. You learn how to date. You learn how to set boundaries. You learn how to filter out men. And in this journey, you will be successful. Yeah, it's just, especially for a successful woman like you, it just needs different skills. Okay. Like imagine you take, oh yeah, my lipstick. You take this lipstick and you try to paint your nails with it. Will it work? No. You can try 100 times. It won't work. You need the right tools. Yeah. You need the nail polish to paint your nails. So that's where we go to here. Okay. So let me know if you're with me. Then we go to the next point. Mm -hmm. Just quickly checking. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Oh, sorry. To the bonus call. Just quickly checking in comments. Okay. Good. Good. So let's continue. For those of you ladies who watch on Facebook, you can join me on Zoom. Then you will also see actually the slides. Yeah, so another story here. Yeah, my client Diana, she was also years long in toxic relationship. We've done the work. She's happily engaged now in a fulfilling, loving relationship and about to be married. You can also watch her testimony on YouTube. So if you take one thing from this bonus call, take hope from it. Okay. So today we are talking about mindset. Yeah. Because mindset is one of the big pillars that you need to attract males proposal. Mindset, communication, and relationship skills, right? So we will mostly talk about mindset. How to attract what you want, even though you've tried everything and it's just not working. Okay. So the mindset, how to overcome it. Because as we talked before, if you are being, which is understandable because you didn't have any success, if you feel in doubt, in fear, in insecurity, in a dark tunnel, it's really, 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 really hard to attract a male's proposal in that state of emotions and mindset. Yeah. And you know what, ladies? One thing is that you might be feeling down because you just had a bad experience in dating. There were like some guys that were kind of rude to you or were not nice to you or whatever. But another reason why this can happen when you are feeling low emotionally, even though you are generally a queen, you have success in your life, sorry, I'm opening another slide. Another reason for that is that every time you are changing your reality, yeah. So for example, you are having an amazing life as a single woman, you are traveling, you're doing your thing, but then you decide to be married, you decide to attract love in your life. usually what happens is that even though it's an upgrade, and if you're my client, I would never allow you to make a downgrade. Like, no, if a guy doesn't add to your life, he's not for you. But what happens is that when you are here, this is like a mountain. Imagine it's a mountain, okay, you are here, and then you want to go to a higher mountain. You know, this is you are this amazing woman, successful in a loving relationship. What happens in real life? Can you fly to that? Sometimes we take an airplane, but usually no. You have to walk down the alley first, and then you go up. And why you go down? Yeah, this alley, you might be thinking, I'm going backwards. Things are just horrible. I'm going backwards. Like I was at least here and now I'm going down. My life is horrible. Let me go back. Let me go back to being single because this is horrible. I started dating and now there are some guys who are just really misbehaving. They're just, first of all, they're so boring. They are, all of them are broke. Maybe they don't have like a good memory or they're not very handsome. Like I don't know, like all of this is like ew, I don't want it. Let me just go back to my old life of being single. Okay. But it happens often. So you go down and then you start going up until you reach a higher point. So that is part of quantum leaping. And it took me honestly myself years to figure this out. I also hired a special quantum leaping coach for multiple years to really master that because transformation without knowing how to overcome this like downtime is really hard. So that's another reason why you might be feeling really down. Okay. Um, not only because you had a negative experience, but also because you are just changing realities. You're transforming to something else. Think about it. Most people, they actually do stay stuck in patterns. You know, they have the same pattern in terms of relationships for years, the same pattern in terms of money. It's because this quantum jump is really not easy. You're going down first, and you have to have a very strong mindset. And best, a coach who has a very strong mindset and can hold you through that. Okay. So let's go back to the point how to attract a business proposal even though you feel low. So basically, the solution to that is that you need to really heal. And by healing, I mean focusing on changing those negative emotions into positive emotions. But not just like acting. Acting does not help. It doesn't. Acting just like, yeah, I'm happy now. Although you're feeling super sad, it won't help. The universe knows exactly you're sad. Okay, I will give you a few tools that you can do later to change it. Because if you stay here in doubt, fear, guess what will happen? You might be like, no, I'm not going on a date. Doubt. You just met a great guy and you might be thinking, maybe he's just playing with me. Let me just reject him. Bye. Yeah. Doubt, fear, despair, insecurity. If you take action out of those emotions, I'm telling you, unfortunately, you are stuck or you're even going down to a negative hole. Yeah. Here are the emotions. You can see them. So we have to up level the emotions, which comes with the mindset because mindsets, you know, here the thoughts, beliefs, and emotions are connected. And I will give you a few tools in a second. So here, what is your homework from this masterclass? I want you to go from hopelessness and fear to at least hopefulness. If you can get into excitement, That would be amazing. But if you can't, just try to go into hopeful. Sorry, I should have put the slide um, there as well. But here, you can see from hopeless, you go to at least hopeful. Kind of like it's kind of in the middle, right? If you can go into excitement up here, that would be great. Then you will attract your proposal much, much, much faster. But even though the universe throws a lime at your face, you have to be strong, have a strong mindset, and make what juice out of it. Lemonade, okay? So, so what is your homework today? Your homework is to get into hopefulness, to get into excitement. Every time life throws a lime on you, you have to make lemonade out of it. So tell me, you can do it now with me. 10 places that you can go to feel hopeful, excited about love again. It doesn't have to be like a loving place, but or generally hopeful, of generally feeling better. It doesn't even have to be about love. For example, when you're home and you just got a text from a guy who was not a match anyways, but he was like, yeah, I think we're not a good match. I don't know, I'm bored with you. Like this literally happens. Where can you go? Can you go for a walk? Okay. Can you go visit your best friend? But it's important that you go out of the house, like really change the environment. Go out of the house. If it's nighttime, you can take a cold shower, but change the environment because changing the environment will help you snap out of those emotions very quickly into feeling better. So you feel down, go for a walk. You feel down, go for a bike ride. You feel down, go to your best friend, go to the grocery store, go to the jewelry store. I don't know what you want to do, but you have to change the environment. This will help you to have a stronger mindset and raising your emotions, okay? And this is very, very important. And that's why I'm saying you can't fake it. You can be like, I'm super sad, but I'm just feeling good. But when you literally change the environment, it has an impact on you. Just like imagine you go on vacation, you know, like remember like a nice vacation you went to, you immediately felt better. Yeah, so you make little mini vacations, 30 minutes, 15 minutes even. If you're at work and you feel down, change the environment by going to the bathroom. But move, change the environment, go to the hallway. Okay. Second point, how you can get from those low emotions to feeling better, which is extremely important, is, by the way, ladies, another point is that I want you to rewatch all of the masterclasses from Become the One series I've been doing. There's a lot of amazing tips and tricks for you to learn. Okay, so this is a little bit an advanced masterclass where we talk about deeper mindset and stuff like this. But the other things, when we talk more about abundant mindset, communication, relationship skills, go and watch those things. So you actually are the person who doesn't hit your head against the wall, but you know how to date. You start learning, you start going to the right direction. Okay. And then what else you can do is list 10 situations that make you feel excited about love in the past. So, where in your life did you feel excited about love? Maybe there was a date that treated you nice, gave you nice flowers, and you felt like, wow, I feel really good. Also, if you were going through a breakup and you actually had moments where you felt happy with your ex, okay, maybe it's better for you to not talk about your ex if it's very fresh, but if it's longer ago, you can be saying that this was very pleasant and I'm going to use this positive memory of knowing that I will find someone who's 100% compatible and who is 100% committed to me, and I can have this beautiful moment forever. Okay. Or maybe you see other people around, or even like some characters in movies that have a beautiful, loving relationship. So seeing other people having success, seeing other people having a functional relationship and love should make you feel excited, and this will raise your vibration. Another warning here is though, if you feel triggered, if you feel like jealous and triggered like this, this is a sign that you don't fully believe it's possible for you. You don't believe it. You want it, but you don't believe it. You're like, why is she having it? I can never reach this. You know, she can only reach because she's younger or because she is prettier or because she's this and this. No, she's a human like you. She can reach as you can reach it. But watch out for this. If you feel jealous, you really have to look deeper and be like, okay, I guess I don't believe fully I can have it, but I try to believe. Okay. And more deeper, we would have to talk in an extra coaching call between us. So let me finish this quickly and then we'll move to any Q&A if there are any questions. So yeah, another picture here of my beautiful client, Diana. All of my ladies that are successful had to go through this journey of feeling hopeless to feeling, okay, maybe it's possible. They kind of like borrowed my hope and learn the skills I'm teaching you and just become the one masterclass in my courses and one-on-one coachings, and then also have the success. Okay. Diana also attracted really toxic, unsupportive men, and now she's so loved and so happy in her relationship. Okay. So if you feel stuck right now, and even though you are, you are learning a lot, you are watching everything you're trying by yourself, sometimes it is really helpful to have outside support, right? Just like my client Alyssa, she was having the best intentions, but she wanted to, to reject her fiance on the first date because she was feeling angry about something. And I was able to help her see clearly that, okay, maybe give him another chance, communicate your need. And if he steps up, he's a good man. So let's give him a chance. And she did, right? But maybe you have another problem of you are not attracting the man that you want. Yeah. You feel stuck. This is very common, very, very common. And you're not alone. It's actually most people are in there. 99% people are in there. And those people who move forward, they have external support. Like even imagine those people who are Olympic sport winners. Are they doing it by themselves? No. People who are very successful, they always have coaches, they always have mentors. People who are successful in business, in relationships, in sports, they always have mentors because by yourself, you're going to be either stuck or very slow. Okay. So you get to have 10 times faster results with my support. If you want to attract a proposal, reach a male proposal, a proposal from your dream man, the relationship that you want. Just like my beautiful client Nikki here. Yeah, reach out for a free love audit call. Okay. You all know my email. You can just email me. Okay. And then before we go to the Q&A, I'd like to share two more things with you. So why else could you feel like you're doing everything? You're doing everything and it's not working out. Why else could you feel like this? There are two more reasons, and I'd like to address them here. It's actually my own story. Before I hired any coaches, I was doing everything by myself too. I was so smart actually. I knew everything about everything. Like I think for 3 years straight, I was reading all of the books. I took so many courses. I had the greatest self-awareness. I just knew things, but nothing changed. Nothing changed. And I was like, really? I know even everything, but nothing changed. I'm not attracting any loving relationships. I'm attracting like the worst, even like the worst guys ever who don't want to commit, who don't care about me, who don't even want to buy a $1 water bottle, who assault me, literally assault me in my face and tell me that I'm only good enough for intimacy for a night. I was just crying every single day, and I was like, what's going on? And some people, some people need more than just knowledge. Yeah. And it really depends of your, it really depends on the situation. Yeah. In relationships, I needed much more support than just knowledge. But for example, when it came to nutrition and fitness, I just had knowledge and I could like, implement it. And it was really easy for me to do workouts and good nutrition and to have my dream body. Like it was just like easy. I honestly, and I'm not saying you shouldn't, sometimes you should, but for me it was just very easy. But when it came to money, when it came to relationships, I had the hardest time. I knew everything, nothing was working. And I was just like, why? I know everything. I'm trying to implement, but why? I have no results. I'm attracting low money. I'm attracting awful guys. I'm attracting awful treatment. What's going on? Okay, so there are three big reasons why you also might feel stuck, which I want to address here. Because sometimes, especially very smart women, and I was feeling like this, it's like we think we're crazy. We think like I'm just gonna give up. I don't want to have any money. I don't want to have any relationship. I'm just gonna give up because nothing works. No, listen to me. There are another three reasons why you might feel like nothing is working. Number one is the environment. Okay, so if you imagine you have a little seed of like a flower, like a flower seed, and you put it in sand on the beach, it will not become a flower. It's too dry, it's just the wrong environment. But you put it in no in soil, yeah, imagine soil here. It will be a beautiful flower. Yeah, environment. So I'm not saying that you have to kick out all of your friends and family members who aren't doing what you are doing. Yeah, but it is important you have the right environment. Sometimes when you are flying like a bird, you need to rest. You need to rest on a bench. And that is why having a coach, someone who is directly holding your hand and supporting you, is so important because your coach is your environment. But I also, beside of a coach, really want to encourage you to make new friends, to make new connections, even online, even just online. Even if you just talk to those ladies online, a lot of amazing connections are in my group, even here, right? In my Facebook groups, there are a lot of like-minded women. So if you are wanting to connect with each other, make sure you do so. You can post in my group, introduce yourself, and support each other. Okay. So the environment is very important. And if it happens that your family and friends are completely against what you're doing, which happened to me, you just don't talk with them about those topics. You don't talk with them about your dating and relationship life. No need to talk. Just keep it for yourself. Yeah. Environment. Very important. And if you have a mentor, a coach, and you either don't talk with the wrong people or find people who are like-minded, who will support you. Second point is actually, I want to share this with you ladies that the first 9 months of my coaching business, nothing worked for me. I felt like I'm not meant to be a coach, but I had the right environment. I had girlfriends who were supporting me, and I had a coach who was believing in me. And after 9 months, I break through. And since then, I'm a full-time coach. And imagine I didn't have the right environment. And same is though with when you grow up in a family where toxic behavior is normal, that was your environment. So that also drag you down. You need a new environment. And sometimes it's hard to spot a new environment. Like for me, it was very normal to be around toxic men. It was really hard to be in the right environment. And I remember the first thing that my coach told me back then was to, Ellie, go out with healthy men. I'm like, I don't like them. Yeah, I know, you only like the toxic guys. But go out with healthy men because you need a better environment. And I'm like, really? Okay. So she helped me spot the healthy men, and I would go out with them and get used to it and was able to attract an amazing man for myself. And the same thing I did with my one-on-one clients too. Just like, for example, Diana, she was going out with healthy men. I helped her spot a healthy man, just like I helped Alyssa spot a healthy man. She was going out with them and then was able to create a beautiful relationship. Okay, so environment. Second is conditionings. Okay, so what are conditioning? Conditionings are like habits. These are like habits from the past or from your childhood. We humans are people of habits. So usually you sleep on one side of the bed. You have like a certain routine in the morning. Maybe you drink coffee first and then you brush your teeth, or you brush your teeth first and then you drink coffee, or you don't drink coffee at all. I don't know. But these are conditionings, and whatever you have seen in your childhood as conditionings, or maybe whatever your ex conditioned you to, you might be thinking, this is the truth. You might be thinking, oh, my ex, he was controlling. That's why men are controlling. This is a conditioning. It doesn't have to be this way. And those conditionings will keep you stuck no matter whatever you try. Even though mentally you know that I can find an amazing, loving, great man, if your conditioning, aka belief that men are painful, pain in the, you know what, your subconscious is much stronger than your conscious mind. It's 95% against 5%. Yeah, you literally can't win that. That is why in my one-on-one coaching, we are really working with the subconscious too. We're going to the subconscious. We're doing reprogramming of the subconscious so that you can have a positive conditionings and of course have strong boundaries towards any other rude, mean guy. They do exist. But you have a positive conditioning, positive mindset, and you can attract the love that you want. One amazing example is my 70-year-old client. She was living in her childhood conditioning 70 years. And her childhood conditioning was that her father was emotionally abusive. And she was attracting those emotionally abusive men for 70 freaking years. We've been working on 1 year together. We really work on the subconscious, just like what I was doing with Alyssa too. We work on the subconscious because her conditioning from childhood was also just toxic behavior. And anyways, the 70-year-old working on the conditioning, and she, for the first time in her lifetime, has loving behavior because we changed that conditioning. It's like, yes, it's a belief, but we also tend to attract what we believe. It's crazy. It really is crazy what inner work is. Like the beliefs create the thoughts, the thoughts create the emotion create the action creates the reality. It really is intertwined. And for that, you really need some kind of scanner support to overcome this. And I'm able to help you with that in one-on-one coaching too. And the last point, which I feel like it's very important for you to know, is the last point is trauma. And then we will go to the Q&A. Okay, so the last point is trauma. What is trauma? Trauma is when something happened in your life and your body stored it as a memory. Because I had wounded masculine role models as a child, it created a trauma. My whole body was scared of masculine energy. I was scared. I thought I would be controlled, abused, used. Yeah, like a few negative incidents happened in my life, not only for my family, outside of my family too. Traumatic events is when my family, if I felt a man is masculine, I would completely shut down. Like completely shut down. I was just so scared even until now, it happens a little bit, but I'm still working on myself, but most of the work's already done. Yeah, it's sometimes it takes years. So I'll completely shut down to masculine energy. I'll be like, no, I feel scared. I want to run. I don't feel attraction. I cannot handle it. That's why I was also attracting feminine men who didn't want to buy $1 water bottle, who didn't want to commit, because guess what? You need some masculine energy to be able to provide, right? Um, but I felt safe. I subconsciously felt safe because I had this trauma against masculine energy. And that's why, even though I knew everything, I couldn't overcome my pattern of attracting feminine broke guys because I had a freaking trauma. My whole body went into like scared. I can't deal with this guy. If I felt like he's masculine, he's pursuing me, he wants to provide, I felt like shaking. And I didn't know why back then. But within those years, I've done, I was working with trauma-informed coaches. I was doing somatic healing. I was really working with those trauma stuff to overcome those things myself, not only in relationship, but also in money. I also had money traumas, like for some reason, I was really believing anyways, I'm not gonna tell you all of my traumas, it's fine. But because of I had to work through this myself, I learned trauma-informed coaching. Okay. And if you have a trauma, yeah, it means something negative happened to you in the past. You might have all of the best knowledge, all of the best intentions. But if your body, your trauma stored in your body deeply believes that, for example, men are dangerous, men are mean, marriage will be hurtful, there's no way you can attract a this proposal because all of your body's like, no, I don't want this. Get away. I don't want any pain anymore. So what we will have to do, or what you will have to do with a trauma-informed coach, whoever you choose, but I invite you to work with me if I'm your cup of tea, is we will go into this trauma, neutralize it, so that you release like this baggage full of stones. Yeah, you throw away the stones. And then you're gonna be still realistic. You're gonna still have high boundaries so that no new trauma will come. You just have really high boundaries. The way I coach my clients is you have to be safe and you have to have boundaries, but you're gonna have an open heart, knowing that I'm okay, I'm safe, because all of this trauma and the stones are thrown away. Okay. So that's another reason why things might be not working for you, because an ex breaking up with you is also a trauma. Okay. So this can also be holding you back. Okay, ladies. So, as I mentioned, if you want to work with me more closely, I offer free love audit calls. You can reach out to me via email. And now we're gonna start. Yeah, because all of those things might hold you back. And if you want to have a mail proposal, you know, you can fast forward the process. You don't have to do everything by yourself. So reach out for a free love audit call. Okay, so now we're gonna start the Q&A. Ladies, let me know in the comments if you would like to be coached on something, if you have any questions. You can also unmute yourself and talk to me directly with or without video, or you can just put your questions in the comments. Yeah, I will wait one more minute, and then if there are no questions, we will end the call. How do you know? How do you know you're scared of masculine energy? So, first of all, when you are only don't date at all. It can happen. Or if whenever there's a person with masculine energy. By the way, another reason why I was scared of masculine energy is because women in the masculine energy really emotionally abused me when I was a kid. Like I was really scared of masculine energy, you know? So for me, it was like a run, like run, like flight. But usually it's like a fight, flight, freeze response. Trauma shows up when you have a survival fight, flight, freeze response. Have you ever felt like this? Like someone really made you angry or scared, and you were like either, I don't know what to do. Like you're just like tight in your body, or you're like run. Or you like want to hit this person, literally fight response. Okay, when you want to hit the person, you probably just have anger response, not fear. But for me, it was like a fear. So I was like, run. If the guy is masculine, run. I'm scared because he can hurt me. Yeah, so usually it's like a really strong negative emotion in your body, and you have the survival response of fight, flight, freeze. So this is where you know your trauma is activated. And there are different ways to deal with trauma. I'm not gonna go into details here, you know, this is a trauma explaining class, but there are different ways. Some people like go into flight. I'm more like this. I'm more like, bye, do. Some people are more into like fight. A lot of men, but also women, but lots of men are into like fight. If they are angry, they start like yelling or being even violent. That's also a trauma response. Yeah. And some people go into freeze. They're like, don't know what to do. And you know, like, or some people when they go into people pleasing out of fear, that's also a trauma response. It's more like a freeze response. So you know, everybody acts different. So I would need to talk to you directly to really see where is this coming from in you, or if you even have that. Maybe you don't have that. It really depends on the person. Sure, dear. Okay, if you guys have any more questions, you can put it in the comments. Otherwise, we will be ending the call. And if you would like to talk to me directly, you can book a free love audit call. Some of you ladies watching are already my clients. I'm gonna see you anyways. Um, yes. So thank you so much for watching, ladies. Um, really, I hope that from this video, what you take is hope. Yeah, take hope from this video, from this masterclass, because no matter how your life was, there is a way out. And I also hope that the stories of my brave clients, lots of my clients don't show the story, and it's completely fine. I don't have to. But the stories of my clients who did share the story can inspire you that wherever you are right now, you can have your dream life, even if it takes maybe a little bit longer. And the truth is, for my clients, it also wasn't overnight. It usually took a year or two. For Alyssa, it took 3 years, but it is so worth it. Okay. Okay, good. Thank you so much for watching. Um, Thank you for joining. I see you next one. And again, check out the description box and book a free love audit call with me if you're interested for more support. And if you want to attract your male proposal this year. Bye bye, everybody.